Hey guys, how we doing? So it's Crypto Insight UK here, coming back with another TA video. It is 12:36 on the 17th of June 2021. So let's recap on what's been going on. We're looking at Bitcoin on the daily here. As you can see, we're still in this crabbing motion sideways. Very annoying little range to be in, very boring to watch the markets. I understand if you're getting frustrated as a trader, but I'm going to show you a few things. So do you know what, actually, I'm going to go to my more clean Bitcoin chart, which is just down here. Exactly the same chart, just a bit more clean. As you can see, it did break out of this descending channel. We haven't come back and tested it yet, so we could see a test on the top of that, which would bring us down to about 37,000. But personally, I think we're building some momentum underneath the 200 moving average, and we could break through there. What people are very scared about on TikTok and Twitter is a death cross, which is where the 50-day moving average crosses below the 200-day moving average. And in the past, that could indicate a bear market. But if you look at other places where that has happened, so we had a bullish cross here. This is 2019. And then it crossed bearish. But then it crossed bullish again. Bearish, bullish. So it's not the end of the world. And then when it crossed back bullish here, we had all this rise all the way. So on the last time this crossed bullish, we had to the very peak. We'll say like a 700% rise because I've not quite got there. A few 100% more than that. So say 700%. Let's just quickly check it again. 750% rise the last time that crossed bullish. And the last time it crossed bearish, we lost 20%. But as you can see, it's kind of a lagging indicator. So when I say that, if you look here where it crossed bearish, we had that massive dump, which is basically like what's happened up here. I'll show you in a second. But then we started to recover out of here slowly. And the bearish cross came when we were already down in the lowest area. So we actually started to recover out of this area, and that came back into the bullish cross. So that's what I mean when it's a lagging indicator. I mean it's behind the price action. So we had this dump here. And I actually do think that this might start to reverse. We just need to get a push and regain the 250-day moving averages. But what did we talk about the other day in the YouTube video? So we'll go on the 4 hourly just so I can show you it a bit more clearly. We had this pattern breakout of the descending channel that I drew in, and we made this formation here of a pennant or a bull flag, whatever you want to call it. And I said that we would have, we'll just do it straight so it's easier to see. We were looking for a breakout target if we broke out the top of 42,000, which is what I said. But we broke out the bottom and it hit the break below. Perfect target met. If you'd shorted in the right place, you would have made the exact prediction. It also coupled it with the 50-day moving average. So that helps very well for a second layer of support or target area for where you should be putting your take profit or stop loss. So remember, when we have a pennant form, we're looking for the top of the pennant or the top wick to the bottom of the pennant with the formation of it, and that's where you're looking for to take profits. So if we broke upwards, we'd be looking at the 42,000. It did fake out upwards, but then come back down, and if downward, you would be looking at the 38,000. So that's just a quick one for you guys if you want to learn a bit of TA there. But what positives are going on in the market today? So on the market as a whole, on the right hand side of my screen here, you can see we've got MIR, which is at 15%, 14%. We've got Quant again flying like it was yesterday. That's at 7.99%. We've got AVAX, which is up 7.9%. We've got XDC absolutely storming today. It's broken above the 200-day moving average and looks to be gaining some real momentum. The only thing I can see here, it doesn't have much volume. So that's something I'll be looking for it to continue up a lot higher. But again, these are all very positive things in the market. We have had a lot of days where we've been moving stagnant sideways, up a few percent one day, down a few percent the next day, and nothing's really been breaking out. But I do like the fact that we've got some things in double-digit positives today. That does inspire me with confidence for the future, and I can't wait to see what the end of the day holds in terms of where we are going to go there. Eyes on Algorand. This is what I've been saying this quite a lot to some of my friends and some people in my personal group chat. Eyes on Algorand is really, really consolidating this area between the 50 and the 200 day. It's bouncing off the 200 day down to the 50, off the 200 day, and it's getting smaller and smaller, this gap. and I think we could be looking at a big pop out of this area. And where would my price target be for an initial move? Probably be up here at 120, because the lower wicks from here is what I'm using as resistance. So it's a good push up from 106 to 120 for Algorand. That's what I'll be looking for. XRP, let's have a look at this. So it's a very messy chart. Let's get zoomed in a little bit. We are on the 4 hourly here. So with XRP, what are we seeing? So what's happened with XRP is we had our low down here at 64 cent-ish, 65 cent. We create all the way back up to like $1-ish down. So when we created an impulsive wave up, retracement wave, another impulsive wave, and then a retracement wave down. And what seems to be happening now again is another consolidating pattern. And this is why I think we might have an explosion in prices soon. I'm going to talk about the total market cap in a minute. But what we seem to be seeing is higher lows, but also lower highs. So that shows consolidating. So we've got a higher high here, and then a lower high. And then even though we do wick above, we just touch it. So that shows we rejected the push or the breakout. And so this is a higher high. Look at the bodies of these candles and the consolidating area of this high. There's a lower high. And then we've got higher lows, which means that, again, we're consolidating. But on the lows, we've got quite long candle wicks. On all these candles, look, if you see the wicks below, mostly bigger than the wicks above. That shows me we've got a lot more buying pressure coming in from below than we have selling pressure coming in from above. And as you can see here, on this move, this green candle, this was the biggest volume we've had in a little while since this huge candle here. So I think if we get a few more green volume candles like this, we could really be looking at reclaiming that 50-day moving average and getting back above there. Let's have a look on the daily and see what XRP is saying there. So XRP yesterday, we all know it was just chopping, guys. We're just crabbing sideways. What I would like to see is a green engulfing candle here. And if we are to move back up higher, we do need to break this level here so we can produce not only a higher low, but also a higher high. And that shows some bullish momentum back in the market. I've also drawn these two wedges on XRP. So one is a huge wedge here. And if we were to break out of that, we would be looking up at like the 260. But one's a smaller wedge for what's going on at the minute, a consolidating pattern into this little area. I would like to see us break out, and if we break out of that wedge, where is the price target? Initially, that's a horrifically drawn line there. Let's go to there. Then we would break out. We'd be looking at about 120, which I did say would be the big area of resistance next, and that's because of this wick here. One sort of 120 range, if I take us to 4 hourly, it might be a bit more clear. Yeah, look, you see there's a lot of wicks down towards 120 there and here, so we've got a lot of resistance at around the 120 level. So let's have a look at the total market cap as a whole. What's it doing? Again, we are looking to, I'm going to put this back on the daily, excuse me guys. We are floating between the 50 and the 200 day, still consolidating sideways. As you can see, a few days up, a few days down, a day up, a few days down, days up, days down. Are we going to look to bounce off the 200 day again, or are we just going to look to reclaim this 50-day moving average? What we're basically doing now is waiting for some kind of catalyst event to move the market. What could that be? Maybe Tesla say they're rebuying Bitcoin. Let's say Facebook come through and say they put Bitcoin on their balance sheet. I would not be surprised at all if Tesla come through and say they've been buying Bitcoin down at the 30,000 range. It would not surprise me. Again, with the total altcoin market cap, as I said with this ascending wedge, back here I said I'd leave these trend lines in because it seems to be respecting them pretty well. And it's sort of floated around the top of the, which was originally a support line. It started using it as resistance, but also respecting it pretty well, hugged it quite a lot. And then the bottom, again, which was the previous resistance, is now hugging as support. I would like to see it break above there and reclaim the moving averages. And if I was going to see a price pop, I think we could see a price pop up to, I'll show you, 702 retracement on the Fibonacci retracement tool from the top. And then from there, I'll make my decision in where the market's going to go. But I definitely think we'll retrace up to at least this level. So that's at $1.2 trillion for the altcoin market cap, and a total percentage increase from where we are now of, and the total altcoin market cap of 40%. and then we'll see where the market's going to go. I can imagine us seeing a lot of resistance there, but there's also a big gap going up, so that's why I think when we do push above these highs, so once we break above the 1 trillion really, but 1 trillion and 330,000, is that right? Or 1 trillion and 33,000, I think we will, no, $330,000, sorry, we will be off up towards that 1.3 trillion that I was saying, where I think there'll be a resistance. Other than that, guys, there's not really too much to report on in the market. Everything's just chopping sideways. It's kind of boring to watch, I know that, but it's a very good time to be accumulating if you are new to the market. And I've got some TikToks coming out soon where I'm going to show you what Dan Moorhead's been talking about, who is an investment fund manager. I can't remember what his investment fund's called off the top of my head, which is a bit frustrating. But basically, he's saying that this is one of the only times in history that Bitcoin has shown a pattern that it's shown now, and the other times when it's shown it in history, I think it's done it 3 times in the past. It's been a really good time to accumulate. But other than that, guys, yeah, peace out, and I'll see you on the next one. I hope this helped. I feel like I just rambled a little bit today. It's because there's not too much going on in the charts. My price predictions for XRP, time frames are very hard, but within the next, what day are we on today? I think by the end of the weekend, I'd like to see a push up to about 120. That's my personal goal for XRP. And if we can get above that, if we get some real good momentum or maybe a catalyst come through, we could be looking up above this $1.90 to $2 and up to that 260 range if we get a breakout of this this wedge here with some good volume. We definitely know that sort of move's possible, because when we have a big push like we did back here, let's say we push from here, in the space of 3 weeks, 20 days, oh, I've clicked off it. In the space of 20 days from down here, we move 333%. So if we looked from 20 days from now and we did a 330% move, where would that take us? 330% in 20 days would take us to all-time highs 360. So it's definitely possible, guys. This is why you should never write XRP off. A lot of people have been selling their whole bags and looking to buy it back at a lower price. I personally don't think it's going to go any lower than the bottom of this wedge, which would be 71 cents. I don't think it'll even come down there. I think we'll use this 200-day support. I would be very surprised if we see anything lower than 82 cents. My personal view is that we're going to make our next move upwards, not downwards. So that's up to you guys if that's what you want to do. I think it's a dangerous game, and I never sell my whole in my bag. In fact, I never sell any of my long-term holdings. If I'm ever going to do any kind of day trading, I only do it at about 1% of my bag on high leverage, just to try and scoop up some extra gains. But I rarely do that because I think it's more worthwhile if we're going downwards to dollar cost averaging and hold for the long term, because no one knows when this market can reverse, and it can reverse at any point. You just need one bit of news to catalyst any kind of reversal movement. But I hope this helped, guys. Again, I feel like I've rambled quite a lot with the video. I'll be back tomorrow. Have a great day, everyone, and I'll be back to my TikTok live now. Peace up, A-Town down. By the way, guys, if you don't already know, I do run a Patreon service with some TA chats, as well as one-to-one chats. If anyone needs any help with cryptocurrency at all, please let me know and have a look in my links below this video. If you haven't already got yourself a Ledger Nano, I do very much recommend that you get yourself some kind of hard wallet, and I personally use a Ledger. I have a link for that as well in my bio. I don't think I get you any money off, but it is an affiliate link and it would support me for free if you are looking to get one. I'd always recommend get one straight from the manufacturer because you don't want it to be tampered with. But yeah, with all that being said, guys, thank you very much for watching my video, and I'll see you all on the next one. Cheers.